In December 2020 I joined my first game jam. It was the Godot Wild Jam. The theme was the number 7 and I made a game where you maneuver this thing and you can jump 7 times. Amazing! What an idea! That was obviously trash and I never finished that game. Until September 2021. School just started, I bought myself a new laptop and got back into game dev. That's when I saw this video and I thought, a second person game? I can do that! And instead of finishing the video to understand what a second person game would look like, I got to work. That's called a pro gamer move. So for months, I've worked on this project and I thought I'd make my own concept of second person game. Let me explain. A first person game has the playing character's view, right from his eyes, and that's the first person, the me. Third person, however, has an abstract view floating above the player, and that's the him or them or whatever. The second person refers to the you, and I thought, who's the you generally in a game? It's either enemies or NPCs. So I made a game where you can become the enemy, both literally and metaphorically. You'll play as the enemy because you'll do harm to unbothered NPCs, which makes you evil, the enemy. And you'll be able to possess them and literally become the second person. We could say it's more of a philosophical approach to the second person rather than a technically accurate one. And that's my maximum brain power. Gotta watch monkey videos to recharge. Okay, enough monkey videos. Let me tell you about the lore now. You will play as this ghost-like entity that can't interact with the environment. It can only possess NPCs. Doing so, you'll be able to proceed in your adventure throughout human history. Right now, for example, we are in 30,000 BCE, the Stone Age. We got cavemen, monkey brains developing, and stuff. And if we go through this portal, we'll go right to the first civilizations. 6000 BCE. People started building houses and farming crops and so on. The game isn't complete yet, so these are the only levels. There's a lot more to come, but I can't reveal it yet or it will make no sense. Alright, maybe that was too much for an introduction. Let's now look at how this game works and why I made it like this. The most important aspect. It's a second-person game, ideologically. But still, why is the camera always in third person? Because otherwise it will be boring. If games have been made the way they are for ages, there's a reason. A technically accurate second-person game is counterintuitive and obnoxious to play. But the possession approach allows for a fluid gameplay, lots of possibilities and combos, and overall, more fun. This video right here makes a great talk about second-person games, on the example of Trove Saves the Universe. And long story short, a second-person game is too forced to be fun, and Trove makes irony off of that. Now, how does the game actually work? This is the first ever version. Since possessing different NPCs will be too complicated, I made only one NPC you can possess per level. This is not due to my lack of dev skills, it's because life isn't fair. Blame the game, not the player. Anyway, I manage possessions through a universal script. Whenever the main player possesses, the variable possession turns true. When he's not possessing, the possession variables turns false. So in the physics process I can make the player or the enemy switch properties depending on possession state. In the next version, I changed the tileset spreadsheet, tweaked the possessions, and realized my AI scripts were trash and NPCs were stupid. Then I added a primitive saving system, which consists of one JSON file that saves whatever stats from positions to variables. And as you can see, my player is where it was when I exited the game. After that, I changed the background and added this embarrassing UI, and made my NPCs a little more intelligent and expressive. Now as you can see, they are clearly concerned for their deceased amigos. Here I added a new word or age, made some improvements, solved some bugs, like this one which was honestly horrible. I added a dash ability, and yeah, well, the first civilizations level. This should be Japan, but I'm very bad at representing cultures. In the final version, which you have already seen, we have buffaloes roaming around that poop meat when they die. Meat gives you HPs, I added gravity to spears, and introduced farming crops to the first civilizations. Like, not literally, here in the game. And yeah, crops drop wet that can be eaten for a little HPs. And that's pretty much it. If you like the game, I've uploaded a demo on itch.io. Works for Windows and Mac. If you want to support the channel and help a student oppressed by the government, offer me a coffee on Ko-Fi or a small donation on itch.io. Everything helps. Thanks for watching and hopefully I'll see you on the next devlog.